Hey, what's going on?
What's going on? What up? What up?
What's up? We back. I guess it's gonna kind of be a little bit of test. It's your boy Sean.
It's your boy Troy.
Hey, and we back.
Tapped in.
Tapped in. So we're gonna make this thing go live now. We're a little off our regularly scheduled program today, but we're gonna make it do what it do.
Hey, we still gotta get it in. We still gotta talk to the people.
We still gotta talk to the people, man. It's gonna be a beta test, man, just to see how many people pop up on the live. You know what I mean?
Friday night.
We ain't tell them what time we was coming. They ain't know we wasn't there last night, but they getting the notifications right now, so we're gonna see. See how strong our arm is right now.
All right, no doubt, man.
Yeah, nah, but for real, man. Interesting week, man. It was a couple of things that came across that I wanted to talk about, but some of them they kind of slipped my mind. But man, the one thing, I'm at home at the crib, cooking, cleaning up, had the games on, man. Go back in the room, and I heard something about 83 points.
Man,
I was like, so they scored 83 points in the half or the quarter, and man, Bam scored 83
on his lonesome, on his own,
on the dolo.
Listen, first of all, man, R.I.P. to my GOAT and R.I.P. to his record, man.
Okay,
listen, man,
that's your GOAT.
You already know
Kobe,
what I'm talking about this for. That's my GOAT, man.
Okay.
Kobe, my GOAT, man, and man, I hate that it had to be him. Yeah, but man was definitely shooting some jumpers at the gym. He was doing it, man.
Hey, he was putting it in, man. It's crazy because I hear a lot of basketball players, and even when you look at them play like on YouTube with the Rico Hines runs and like the summer runs that they be having, like the guys play completely different in the summertime. In summer runs, than they do in in the NBA. And the thing is, and the guys tell you all the time, it's about longevity, man, and making sure you can secure the bag, right? You know what I mean? You gotta know what your role is on this team, and you gotta play that role in order for you to be able to stay in the league as long as possible, right? And so I clicked on a link today, and it was Michael Beasley. And I mean, everybody know how renowned he is as far as one-on-ones. Man, he said the only guy that ever beat him in ones was Bane.
Yeah.
He was like, man, y'all really, he was talking to Udonis Haslem and Mike Miller? He's like, man, y'all really don't know. They was like, no, we know. He's like, no, y'all really don't know how good this guy is.
That he could do that at will if he wanted to anytime.
Man, he said, man, he said, it's unfortunate. He said he's a point guard stuck in that big body.
Wow.
I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Like that's a big compliment coming from Michael Beasley.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Look, man, this guy, he the real deal.
So let me ask you this, because they comparing the two, and we stuck in an era of comparison. Man. It's almost like you can't congratulate the guy and say, yo, you did an amazing thing. It to a lot of people, it didn't look like what it looked like when Kobe did it because of the amount of free throws he took. And I see he did a post-show interview, and he was saying, hey, you can't blame me for that. Like, you got to blame the people that was fouling, and you got to blame the coach from not telling them to double me until I had 70 points. He was like, I got the 70. Then you want to start sending the double
and the triple
with 9 minutes left. Wow, I'm going for it. But when you compare the two, do you think it's a valid comparison, or do you think 83 is 83?
I tell you what. How many NBA games been played?
Right.
And how many people done put up 83?
It speaks for itself, right?
Only two. Only two players, and how many other players existed in the NBA has gotten to 83?
Right. So that kills it right there. That's it. It's a done deal.
I mean, nobody said nothing when Luka had 73. Dame had 70. Donovan Mitchell had 70, 71. Booker had 70. I mean, nobody got slighted until it was that record that Kobe had.
It's almost once you're at the top, that's when you're gonna get the most scrutiny anyway. You okay to be good, but you can only be so good. You
Good,
can't
right.
beat, you can't beat the greats.
But I think, man, I think the other thing is that it was Kobe. And so many the players in the game right now admire Kobe so much, right?
Yeah.
He was their GOAT, or he was the one that inspired them to try to make it to
Who's
the
that
league.
how you say it?
Litmus test, yeah.
Yeah.
He was the inspiration. And so, but to me, it's like, okay, well, Kobe's that revered. Kobe's not my GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
My GOAT spoke on being the GOAT a couple weeks ago, but you know what I mean? That's neither here nor there.
Too,
yeah, that's neither here nor there. I think that was factual though. You know what I mean? You can only be the GOAT of your era. But see, I started talking about my boy and I lost track of where I was going.
No, you were saying Kobe's not you. Speaking on Kobe though, you were saying how he's not.
Oh, so it was really revered because it was Kobe. But I mean, Kobe eclipsed, I think, what, Mike, the most he ever scored in the game was like 63, I think. I mean, ain't nobody fuss, you know, or like, oh, it's like, nah, he went, he got it. He got almost 20 more.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. I'm gonna tell you what that is, though. That's the caliber of player that took that record or that surpassed him.
Right.
See, Bam is good, but he's not known that player.
So you saying if it was KD?
No, not even KD. I'm thinking if it was YoungBoy that him and KD go back and forth all the time. What's my man? You know what I'm talking about. Got all the kids, man.
Ant-Man.
If it was Ant-Man, they would have went crazy. They would applaud him because of the caliber player he is. Right. You know what I mean? I think that's the difference. Bam, they're like, man, it's almost like he got to hold the title for the next how many years?
I mean, but man, it's still a to me, it's still a slight to the hard work and the effort that he put in, because every guy has had an opportunity to have that night.
Yeah.
And your night just wasn't as good as my night. Just
take it for what it is, bro.
Your night wasn't as good as my night. It don't matter if you got more points. If you got more points than me, I mean, you think about it, he was in his press conference, he was saying his girl was mad because he scored his 10,000th point when she wasn't there. And you think about it, you got two guys in the league right now, or at least one guy in the league who got 40,000 points. You got multiple guys in the league that's got 30,000 points, and you would think one of them was the ones that was going to get that record. And I get it, but hey, when it's all said and done, I put the ball in the basket better than anybody else.
You had your shot, and I took mine. That's it.
Don't hate. Congratulate.
Respect. So staying on the topic of basketball. Well, not basketball, the sports in general. You know, we're wrapping up on my high school basketball, a lot of teams and stuff. And you know, it's a lot of guys that really they're seniors this year. You know, that they're going. You know, they're going to the next level. And throughout your basketball career, being in high school, I know you played in high school. How important is it from a parent perspective and a player's perspective to balance that academic and the sports aspect of things?
Man, it's crazy because I don't think people. It's very important. I mean, it's no way around it, because you could be the best athlete in your state, but if you don't have the grades and the work ethic in the classroom to go behind it, it's a ceiling to how far you can go. Yeah, I mean, because you got to be able to get a certain score to be able to get into certain colleges, right, for your SATs, and that has to be a priority the moment you step into high school, right? And so if it has to be a priority the moment you step into high school, those habits, just like those habits you developed that got you at the top of your game, whether it's basketball, football, baseball, the same things that you did off the field that helped you excel on the field or on the court is the same thing that has to be developed in the classroom. You can't just get to ninth grade and be like, okay, I'm gonna start studying now. As a parent, you can't be getting to ninth grade and like, oh, now it's time for us to really, buckle down and make grades a priority. That's something that should be happening as soon as they're showing interest, before they're showing interest in sports. When they're getting into school, the main thing should be let's make good habits so we can excel in the classroom and we can become whatever we want to become.
Facts. And I think it's a disservice too to the child or the player or the student when the community and the parents get so involved in pushing the sports aspect, because I get it. We have some great high school athletes, even some on collegiate levels. But let's be honest, not all of them are going to excel past those levels. And if you're not being encouraged to hit these books and have a plan after sports, then it's almost like we leading them down a dead end path. Right. And as a community, we love to see a hooper or love to see somebody that can run the ball, and we get behind them, but I don't think we get behind them enough to say, hey, how you doing in the classroom? No. What you doing there? Because ultimately that's what's going to, because let's be realistic. Some guys are local talents. And we support them, but at the same time, you don't want to be one of those guys settling for average or mediocrity. After that, talking about what I used to be in high school. I used to dunk on this, and I used to
come. Because that's what it ends up turning into.
That's what it turns into, right?
That's what it turns into. Yeah. Like a lot of times, and that's because that's the first time a lot of these young kids feel noticed or appreciated.
Right.
Is because I got a wicked jump shot, because I got a nice crossover, because I'm putting up, numbers, because I'm rushing for 200 yards. I'm throwing for 300 or 400. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's now they love you. But you think about it, if the love and the support was as strong to encourage them to be great in the classroom, how much farther can some of these kids go?
Okay, that's so true. But let me ask you this then. So as administrator, as a educator, how important is it to promote rewards for the academic? Because like you said, in sports, you get the accolades, you get the applause. Somebody that's getting straight A's, somebody that's leading that class, you might be on a dean's list or something like that, but you're not getting those accolades, or you're not as applauded as high. Is it something with the programs or something that you think would be able to highlight the educational piece more?
I think schools try to do it, but the participation from the community and the families isn't the same way as it is in sports. Because you think about it, they have, like end of semester award programs in schools.
Right.
And you think about, it's way more kids that's getting awards there, but you think about how many parents and community people are there outside of the teachers that are there to, we got straight A's.
And if you would change that dynamic, it would encourage kids so much more. Like, I'm gonna kill it this morning period. They're gonna show up.
Right.
Come on, guys. We got to do better, man. That is so true, though.
It is, man. Because they do it. I've gone to my kids, gone to my nieces and nephews. So I think the schools are trying to do that, but as a society, we have to be the ones to champion. We have to have a mind shift.
No doubt.
It's not up to the kids, and it's not up to. I think the schools are doing. They're doing the right thing. We have to be the ones that have to make that cool. We have to be the ones that when they're in the classroom or when they home and they doing their homework, or they don't feel like doing their homework, if they think about, man, when this award ceremony come up, they're gonna be out there cheering for me. And
man, that would be so dope too. I'm getting excited for the kids that's doing that. I'm like, that would be dope. But it's almost like, okay, it's going to be empty. It's going to be people that don't look like you.
Right.
They're supporting. And it's not, oh, I just want to go and get this over with. It's not because you don't feel that enthusiasm that you feel watching your homeboy get 1,000 points.
Right. And then, I mean, you think about it, that kind of translates, because even with me, you know, my parents supported me to the utmost, but when I graduated, I went to Del Tech first.
Mm-hmm.
I graduated from there with an associate's, but I didn't even walk. Man, when I got my bachelor's degree, I wasn't even gonna walk.
Because you ain't expect nobody to really show up?
No. My family wanted to support me, but it was just like I was self-motivated, so I was doing it for me.
Right.
But I was robbing them. If I did that, I was robbing them of the opportunity to celebrate that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt.
And because that was important to them,
mm-hmm.
you know, and it was just like, you know, I was doing it for myself, but I was doing it because I told my mom and my dad that's what I was going to do. So I did my part. And, you know what I mean? I because I was self-motivated, I didn't always need that, you know, like that encouragement. But there's so many other kids where, you know, my family was there and wanted to be a part of it. If kids knew at the end of it, look, my family gonna be up in them stands and they gonna be hooting and hollering, and people gonna know, yo, that's my peeps, and that's gonna be important to them. So, you know, I think like it's really important. Not only, you know, not only for, I think you have to verbalize when you're going through it, you know, how important it is to you as an individual. But I think it's more important for your family to verbalize to you how important it is that they want to support you in whatever goal you have as far as it goes in the classroom and furthering your education and doing well.
No
right?
doubt.
Because honestly, it was a conversation with my mom when I said it. She was like, oh, no, that's not even an option.
Right.
That's not it.
You're going to get this done and we're going to be out there and we're going to support you.
Right.
Because we all in this together. We all did this time with you. Like,
right. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's exactly what it was.
And you know what? And I think it's about not dimming your light too, because, you know, I'm a huge, I do a lot of barbershop talk. You know what I mean? I go around, you know, and just because of what I do with my business, it puts me in some of these spaces. And I talk to a lot of guys who maybe played sports, but when you actually get to talking to them and listening to their mind, hey, yo, you're an intelligent guy. If you had more focus on the educational piece, I think you would have actually went a lot farther. Just listening to some of them cats and the way they're able to articulate the way their outlook on things, their perspectives, and listen to how they, you know, talk. I was like, man, you're a smart guy.
Right.
But you dimmed your light for sports. So I think it has to be a balance, you know what I mean? Because not everybody's going pro. And at the end of the day, when that's over, you need something tangible that you still can hold on to.
Right. And I think that's you know, we wasn't going in this direction, but I think that's cultural. That's what our culture supports and
talk about
and holds high. You know, in high esteem. Because you think about it, in China, it's what you do in the classroom, how smart you are.
Oh yeah.
You know, and how, you know, how well you can figure out equations and you know, come up with the next idea.
Yeah.
You know, and how astute you are, how good you are at problem solving. Like those are the things that families will give their last dime to support.
Yeah, National Spelling Bee. Man, I love them. I'll sit there, I'll watch them myself. Right. Like, yo, stuff like that is impressive. And that's what they put their emphasis on.
Right. And I think as a culture, if we put our emphasis and see, there's the dynamic is having a plan of saying, look, we're going to support you as a, you know, I mean, as an athlete, but we have to be just as supportive as those that are excelling in the classroom.
No doubt.
Right?
Yeah.
Because we need to celebrate them to both, because we need them both, you know, for the culture. Because the biggest way that you can change the culture is invest in the people that are coming from the culture, which if you have people that's coming from the culture that is your innovators, your thought leaders, and they know that they got your support and that you've invested in them. And then you have the people who are the athletes who are going into these professions where they're getting these large lump sums of money. Now they also feel your support, but they also see that, hey, look, it's not just about sports, it's about academics too. And I need to now take some of what I was able to accomplish to reinvest back into my community, right?
No
So
doubt.
where it becomes a cycle of we helping each other. We understand that we understand the importance of the athlete. We understand the importance of the academic. We understand the importance of them coming together and reinvesting and pouring back into our communities.
No doubt.
And
No doubt.
that's what would make it strong.
As you was talking, man, and I know we've been here for a while, but I just wanted to kind of point this out. What if there was a way to merge the two platforms? Okay, so you have student athletes, right? Because that's what they are. They students, they athletes. So, you know, in basketball, football, hockey, volleyball, you introduce the players. So the ones that are excelling, even on that basketball court, instead of insinuating, okay, this is such and such, and he's finishing the year with a something GPA, announce them and start making that part of the. So now you're merging the two platforms, but now it's not just like, oh, we introduce them as a ball player, but we're introducing them as a intellectual, too. Right. And I think that would start and then on the backside, if your name, I'm not saying embarrass the ones that are not getting that, but that will motivate the ones say, oh man, I want them to. So, oh, he's doing great in the classroom. Let's give it up for such and such. He has a 3-point this, and I think that would just be so dope, man, to highlight the both.
For sure. And it would also, and it would encourage those people, because even there's different societies in society. So like when you're in high school, the guys that's the stars of the teams they're usually the most popular people, right? But now if everybody's not going to be able to be that athlete, but there's people who have the potential to be as smart. So let's just say you introduce a football player and he's got a 3.8 GPA and he's only missed 2 days in his high school, right? Like if we introducing him with those accolades, now there's kids out there is like, yo, man, he a baller, but he's smart too, man. Like I can get my GPA up to that.
Right. He's encouraging on both sides of the ball now.
Like, right. Now you influencing them in the classroom. Yeah. Right. And so dope, again, it has to be a shift on, just a culture shift as the parents, but also as kids realizing how important that part of it is to us as well.
No doubt. No doubt.
Yeah. So, trying to think, man, where we go at next from here. So imaginations. Imaginations can be a great thing. A lot of times it takes you to wherever you want to go in life, but also imagination can helps you maybe visualize things that don't exist.
Yeah, sure.
But now, like, when we was growing up, it was important for, or I guess the older generation was like, oh, hey, you need to cover up. You don't want to show everything. You want to leave a little something to the imagination. And these days, it's like nothing is left to the imagination. But as a grown man, it's something actually sexy about leaving it to the imagination. Because one, it makes you feel like it's not as easily accessible. And for two, it's like, okay, this person it's the allure of this person is choosing to cover up, to not be too open. Right. And it's almost like the gift that you you know what I mean, that you want, you like, you shake the box and it's like, man, I imagine this is in there, but you can only imagine.
Right.
Yeah. Until you get a chance to open up the box. And so like now in today's age, I mean, do you think that holds the same? Like when women dress a little bit more modest, you think that this younger generation thinks that's sexy? Do you think they think that's like, oh man, she like old? Or I mean, do you think that's attractive in today's?
I do, but I think, you know what? I think it doesn't get the oohs and ahs, like it doesn't hold the baddie title. So, you know, they don't hold the baddie title. So if you're not mature enough, you'll miss it. But I was in a barbershop not too long ago, and I was talking to a guy, a friend of mine, and was kind of just, you know, having a normal conversation, and they was explaining, you know, they was like, yo, you know, I see some females that was garbed up, you know, certain cultures, they wear the garbs, they wrap themselves up. I'm talking about from head to toe, but all you can see is like their eye color, their skin tone, maybe their hands and things like that. But through that, it was a certain type of, I'm not gonna say allure, but a certain type of, you know, visualization where you can say, you know what, that's a pretty woman. You could tell that she was beautiful. You could tell that she, you know what I mean, carried herself in a nice way, but it was more intriguing and more sexy to see it that way than to see if they just showed it all from the door. Like,
right.
And then that's just like, you know, professional women going into the work, you know what I mean, realm. Sometimes, you know, they wear the modest attire, they wear the slags, maybe the sports coats and things like that. But it's all about the femininity of it, man. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's almost like I'm a shopper. And when I go cop something, I want something exclusive. You know, we think nobody ain't seen this yet. That's how when you cop it. Right. When you cop it, that's what you're thinking. Yo, nobody ain't seen this yet. Because it's almost like a badge of honor.
I got something that nobody else
that
got.
Nobody's got. Nobody's seen. Right. So and then that's the same way, you know, I think a lot of people want to have their female like, yo, everybody ain't seen this. This is me.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So,
but it's crazy because that's true. That is to me. I feel like that's true because, you know, if you see somebody who is dressed or covered, immediately you don't think it's easy. Right. So now there may be subtle things like eyes or skin complexion or something like that you see that is visually attractive to you. But now it's really you would have to spend the time to actually get to know the person.
Right.
Just, you know what I mean? To see, because when somebody it shows you everything, it's almost, you know, it's almost like that's all you can think about. Yeah. And all of your conversations and everything that you're doing is
just for that enticement.
It's just whatever. For that.
Yeah. And you get used to it. Right. It's like, it's only new when it's new.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? If I already seen it 1,000 times, then
yeah. And I mean, it's just like, it's like the, I mean, if, like the old, was it the Tootsie Roll commercials? How many licks does it take to get to? You know what I mean? It's just like, you're willing to stick around. You figure like the younger guys and even older guys, if that Tootsie Roll pop look like it's 3/4 of the way done and it only take a couple licks to get to the middle, man, you gonna go for that.
You going for it all the time. That's the most attainable, right?
Right. The one fresh out the wrapper. And you got someone. Oh, pause.
Good. Stop the tape. That might be pause of the month, yo.
You know what I'm trying to say, though, right? You know what I mean? The one that takes you a little bit longer to get to the middle, right? You're less likely, you know, to spend that time.
Facts.
But a quick story to go behind, aside with that. So when It's crazy because when I went to Africa, right? Uh, the lady that was sitting next to me, she was going back home. She was going to, I want to say Somalia, where she was going to, and you could tell she spent a lot of time in the U.S. I want to. She was married because the ring on her finger.
It's a rock, that'll break your arm. Okay.
Yeah. She had one of them, and so she was saying, she's saying she was going back home, like with her family, her husband and stuff like that was there. But it was crazy because the closer that we got, the more she started covering up.
You saw her starting to...
Yeah, because she was sitting right next. I was sitting on the aisle, so she was sitting next to me in the middle. And what did she have? She had fingernails. She had makeup on. She started taking her makeup off. She started taking the nail polish off her nails. Then she started biting her nails off.
Oh, wow.
While we was there, and I was like, wow.
And you see, just observe that, man. See it yet? Yeah,
because it was weird to see somebody who had their nails all done to start taking off the polish. I'm like, what is she doing?
Wow.
And then when she started biting the nails, I was like, she's trying to make herself unattractive.
That's right? Not culturally appropriate.
It's not culturally appropriate.
Yeah.
So that goes to, when the women came into the restaurant or whatever, and they all covered up, it's like they're being modest. They don't want to get that attention. But I think like a real man, when he sees something like that, that is something that's attractive because it's like a hunt. It's like, okay, this one's not going to be easy. This is not going to be easy. Or she's trying to not be attractive, which makes you want to find out, is she really attractive?
Or seeing them when she finally do fix up and pop up. I was like, wow, like you go wild to people.
Right. Yeah. But no, that was crazy to me, just to see. It was almost like she just transformed right in the seat. Wow. Like the closer that we got to Africa, and like the more I was like, golly.
Well, some people do that in real life, get home and snatch everything off and take it. And you wake up in the morning like, wait a minute. Yeah. So you got some people that have that burden every day, I guess.
Yeah. But that's crazy, man. So you had sent me something earlier, man, about allowing your friends to stay with you. And what's the parameters around that as being an adult? Let's just say your best friend, fell on hard times, got kicked out of the place or something like that, and they need a place to stay.
So this is your best friend?
This is your best friend.
Yeah, single though.
Yeah. Because you can't have no.
Yeah, I'm just saying if you're single, because I think the parameters change. If it's a family coming, if it's single. But I think what the joint that I had sent you, it was more so, I think it was a single female had let her girlfriend stay.
Okay.
She had a shift at work. Came home. Her man, her good friend, they laid out on the bed. Now, granted, they far apart. They got snacks in the middle. And they've been watching a movie. I was reading comments. A lot of people say, "Hey, well, maybe, he didn't know how to tell her no. Maybe they're close friends altogether. It's not just her best friend. Because a lot of times your girl's best friend is your best friend. Y'all tight. But the way I see it is, first of all, if I allow a male friend to stay at my house, you're not going to be there when I'm not there. You can spend the night. You can stay there. When I get up and go, guess what?
You got to get up and go.
I don't care if you go on the Wawa, sit with the old heads and read the newspaper all morning, McDonald's.
Right.
You got to get up out of my house. Right. Because we're not doing, I'm not leaving you there with and I'm talking about, you're my bro.
Right.
But it's a limit. It's sometimes, man, just presenting opportunities, presenting, space. Because the same way, if my wife had one of her best friends come stay at the house, I would do everything in my power to stay small.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is, if you're in the living room watching TV, I'm in the room watching TV.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If my woman's leaving the house, I'm leaving the house. You can have the house to yourself. It's the certain things
Mm-hmm.
you have. Not that I don't trust me.
Mm-hmm.
It's that sometimes you don't even want to create an atmosphere to even create doubt.
Right.
That's just my personal opinion. And some people are cool with it. Some people say, "Hey, what's mine is yours. What's yours is mine." But I just don't feel that same way.
Man, it's kind of crazy because that's something I never thought of until you sent that over to me. And so it made me think, it's like, okay, well, if that's the case, who sets the rules and who sets the boundaries? I think the person that's asking, so like if it was me and it was one of my guy friends, like I should already have boundaries that I already come with. Right. Mm-hmm. So these are the non-negotiables. These are things we're not going to do. But my wife had the trump card. So if, let's just say my parameters are a little bit looser, and she like, nah, only this way. That's the way it's got to be. I think the other spouse should have the final say into what is accepted and what's not. Right. As long as, if it is, I guess to me, if it's more restrictive than what you had already put out. Right. Like if they less restrictive, it's like, oh well, that don't even matter because
I already put right. Yeah, this is what I expect.
Yeah, this is what I expect. Yeah. But if it's more restrictive, I just think that it should, just out of respect, you're bringing somebody who, who wasn't a part of the equation into the house, and you have to feel more comfortable about this than anybody. Yeah. And so whatever it takes to make you feel more comfortable about this, that's what we're gonna do. And there's a time limit.
And then you have to readjust those expectations, because some things you can't foresee. Let's say it's dinner time and your homeboy wanted pork chops and you wanted steak, and you realize you got pork chops just on the table cooking. I mean, on the stove cooking. Yeah, nah. And they fixing plates, bringing them like, here you go, cook some.
Nah.
You can't handle it.
Nah.
Bro, it ain't none of that. You
none
get
of that,
where
man.
You fit in, huh?
Yeah. You like the kids.
Yeah, and you
like
can't get involved.
You know what I mean? Like if we got chicken thawing out, or I done bought chicken and that's what's for dinner. That's what's for dinner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's not what you want to eat. You know what I mean? You go and.
What about when you tell baby girl, go ahead, it's time, go ahead, shut down, start getting ready, go ahead and lay down. And they, oh no, let her stay up a few more minutes and let her hang out. So you just stepped in.
That's a no.
But that's the type of things that happen. Yeah, I know I'm being funny and all, but
that's a no.
Those are the type of things that happen when you allow people into your space, man. It's like you got to constantly readjust the parameters,
right?
Because pull you to the side. Hey, man, listen, when I'm talking to my kids and my family, go and fall back. Yo, you want somewhere to leave. I'm not being, not that you being
no, it's family business.
It's family business.
It's family business, man. Like these are people that I'm raising. These are a representation of me. And the most important job I had in my life was to make sure I guided them in the way that God wanted them to go. So it's not just as simple as, oh, it's just tonight. It's like, no. Like what I say, I need them to listen to me, because there might be a time where I say something and it's the difference between life and death, right?
Right.
And I need for them to know and trust that what I'm telling them is for their good, whether they like it or not.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And so, yeah. And I don't need anybody. What you did in your house when you had it. That's what you know, whatever the situation be, because people fall on hard times, or they go through relationship stuff. So I'm not saying people need people, and I'm cool with that. I mean, I'm there for any friend, true friend. I'm there for them.
Right.
But at the same time, yeah, you're not just gonna come in and switch up my program. Nah, we're not doing that.
Not doing that. So you mean to tell me, man, you ain't okay if everybody going to work and your homeboy in there, you know what I mean, just walking around with his boxers on, ain't nobody there, you know what I mean?
First, I'm not walking out the door until this door is not even gonna lock until you out. Matter of fact, your car started. Matter of fact, I gotta see you start driving down the driveway before I like, nah, man, ain't no doubling back. You're not sitting. Just not doing it, man. You're not in my house.
You can't be in the crib while you at work, man, watching Netflix.
You can sleep here. You can sleep here. That's how I feel.
Right.
Staying and sleeping is two different things. You can sleep here, man. You hang out, man. And you should want to get small. Because if I'm staying with somebody, I would want to be out the way, man. But yeah, the think you're gonna kick your feet up, and I gotta come home, and you got my remote with your feet. Oh, heck, nah.
Man, toes.
Nah,
you come in. What's up, Troy? Nah.
Woo, boy, bro, that was
digging in between their toes.
And look, that stuff that you left in the refrigerator, gone. Bro, man, yeah, that's a quick way to get up out of there, man.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, and then that bleed into the friendship,
but it happens
because then that hurt. They ended up hurting the friendship because it's like, okay, man, like. Yeah, so it's important, man, for stuff like that to have boundaries.
Have boundaries, man.
And discuss them. Like, don't let that stuff slide. Going into it, have boundaries, and if they need to be adjusted, quick adjustment.
So let's shift it just a little bit because I just thought about this. So you got because we talk a lot and we try to mentor and help, direct younger couples that's just getting into it. Let's say if you're a young man and you used to the homies, like let's say it's your place and you got one of the places where the homies pull up, you know what I mean? They can chill, we may play cards, do whatever, but it's one of those things, they just pop up. So now you get in a relationship and the more and more serious y'all get, she start to move in. What would you say to that young man? Like, is it time to like fall back from the homies? Because I know this is what they used to doing. They pull up, they chop it up with. But now you got a family here. You got your woman, you got this. Like that dynamic right there. I know it could be hard for young people because they used to, that boys used to pulling up.
Right.
But once you get a family, like, is that still the same?
Nah, it changes. And I think they the first ones that need to know. Right. It should be. And it should be based off of, I was going to say based off of how you feel, but, maybe you so caught up into the lifestyle that you've been living in that you don't realize that this lifestyle is intrusive when you're trying to build something with somebody else. And so I think when you get to the place where it's just like, okay, I'm ready to give her a key, or she's over here quite a bit, I need to let the fellas know, hey, look, hey, we getting kind of serious. Before you come over, I'm gonna need you to, call, make sure everything is cool.
Now you simping.
Nah, I'm simping.
Bros over. That's what I'm say.
Hey, man, this is my life. I'm trying to pick it, I'm trying to level up, and I see something that adds a lot of value to my life right now. And looks like it's going to help me accomplish the goals that I set forth for me and my family, and who wants to work alongside with me. And, sometimes that means if I got to let some friendships go, to grow in life and what I want as a man and a future husband. And if you can't understand that, then I'm sorry.
I think that's one of the hardest balances for people to achieve, because I've had homeboys my age now that still haven't mastered that. And when my wife and I met, I was deep. Homies, like that's what we did. We hung. It was a group of us. Any given day was 7 to 10 of us, because we grew up together. We hung tight. We moved together. Matter of fact, for years they called us the Woo. You know what I mean? Right. And that's what we did. We rolled like that. But when I realized that this is the direction I'm going, I had sense enough to say, okay, I got to break off from them. And, it took them a while, but my fellow, they respected that. And I look at the ones who couldn't separate the two. It's like they still stuck into that Relationship after relationship. You know what I mean? Gotta have the homies around them. And then all of them end up getting done dirty some type of way by having the homies around. Like, come on, man. The homies, man. Not all homies got good intentions, man. And you grew up. These your homies. You basing this off of childhood relationships.
Mm-hmm.
These men grow up and their intentions are different.
Yeah, they are. And they don't want the same things. I mean, sometimes they don't want the same things that you want.
Yeah,
right?
Or they want to sabotage it.
Or they want to sabotage it. Or they want to keep things the way that they've been.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You know what I mean? Because if it changed now, I gotta grow up.
Facts.
Right?
Yep.
You know what I mean? So like, yo, what are you doing that for, man? You putting her over top of us? Yeah, I am.
Right.
I am, because I can't be hanging out with y'all all my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not productive. You know, if I want a family, I mean, I gotta be with a woman. I gotta have a wife.
Mm-hmm.
Right? She gotta want to have to feel safe and want to be in an environment where it's just like I'm raising a family. I'm not raising my family with y'all.
Right.
It's us. We locked in.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, I think boundaries have to be set as soon as you know, or as soon as it's brought to your attention and you feel like, okay, if I want to grow in this relationship, this person's gonna feel uncomfortable with this happening, then it's time for you to make a choice.
No doubt. No doubt.
Time for you to make a choice.
Doubt.
Yeah.
So look, man, it's Friday night. I know we've been up here for a long time, man. I'm going to end this on a funny note tonight, man. We might as well go ahead and go out with a bang, man. You sent me something this week, man. And I just want to know, because times are hard, man. Hold on, bro. Listen, times are hard. Man. Gas prices rising. What was it, 2.3 mil?
Man,
listen. This word on the street, I don't know, but I heard that jokers are selling testicles, man, for 2.3 mil, man.
Hey, man, when I saw that, I said, "Mine gone."
They
gone.
They gone.
They gone.
I mean, I think I see somebody in the comments. I think I'm with them. I might do 1 point something, man. Hey, leave me with one, man.
Man, I now how much I thought this through? I said, look, you could take mine, but you got, you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, you know they work. I got 4 kids, right? You know my joints work. My joints straight.
Right.
I said, but you gotta have your own serum.
Right.
You can't have none of my serum.
Right.
You know what I mean? You gotta be able to have your own serum. Look, the muscle, I mean, everything down there work like it's supposed to. But
so you done with them? 2.3 mil.
2 point, man. You can have these. Give me a fake pair, man.
Man, you still gonna feel like a man.
I say, give me a fake pair.
You think you?
I mean, I gotta feel something hanging, man. Like,
2.3 mil, boy. Listen, man, it's tempting. I tell you that much.
Because I mean, like, I'm not trying to be funny, but it's just like, man, I'm so used to having 2.
Yeah,
like,
one is
not like one. I still ain't gonna feel right. So you might want to take them both, man. Give me the 2.
The real question I want to know: who the heck is buying them?
And what for?
What is the market for?
I don't know, but hey, it's enough to.
It's enough to make you give them up.
It's enough to make you think, though. For real, man. For real. I'm Troy.
Give me till I'm about 60 or so. I think it's mental. I think it's connected to your mind, though, man. It's like, man, once they go, say what they say. A man, what's the 2 things he had?
His word and his balls. Yeah.
His word and his balls, man. That's it. Yeah. So
I don't know, man. You said when I said that to you, you said, man, I just hollered in my
I was on the phone, man. Yo, man, I was screaming. I said, man, come on. Hey, I think my wife look at me sideways like, listen, 2.3, man.
Oh, what your wife say?
I didn't ask her about. I think she probably, man, said go for it.
Yeah.
Hey, go for it, man.
Hey, she can imagine. We started off talking about imagining, right? You have to use imagination, man.
But can you imagine the jokes that will come with it afterwards?
Yeah. I don't know, man. But hey, let us know in the comments what you do for 2.2.
Yeah, man.
2.2. Do they stay or do they go?
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, I mean, how much you get for one?
Yeah, man.
I don't know, man. Stakes is high out here, man.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, so we appreciate y'all tapping in with us on the Friday live.
No doubt,
Friday live,
man. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, I mean, so we always appreciate y'all. Like, comment, share, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. You can find us on YouTube Music, Apple, iTunes Podcast, iHeartRadio.
All right,
and Spotify. Hey,
no doubt. Tap in.
Peace.